All right, we're going to be talking about today on the live stream how you can get some free cryptocurrency tokens. That's right. We're going to talk to you about getting free cryptocurrency tokens. I'm going to talk to you about how I've been wrong in some ways about Blaze. I've been wrong in 2 or 3 different ways about Blaze. I'm going to be talking about that. Actually, I've been sort of losing my ass on Blaze in one respect and didn't realize it, but I'm still okay with it. I'm going to talk to you about why and what's going on with that. So you're not going to want to miss it. As you come into the stream, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up because I'm going to just share it all with you. You know, my stream, I try to be as real and transparent as I can be with what's going on, with what I like, what I'm a part of. Hope you all are having a good Sunday. We're going to get this stream started here in a moment. Going to be talking about the market a little bit. Not a lot, but it's worth being aware of. It's worth talking about because we always want to be aware of the market. Going to give it a few minutes. Let some of you come on here live. Pulling up my mobile so I can see what's going on. As you come into live stream, just hit that thumbs up. We've got a lot to talk about today. Alright, we got 7 of you watching. Just pulling this up. Hey Craig, how's it going? William Sparks, how are you? Welcome, welcome. As you come on in, hit that thumbs up, ladies and gentlemen. Show the channel some love. Trying to grow this thing. Alright. Why's my internet's acting a little bit wonky. Hopefully, there we go. Hopefully it kicks on here in a minute. Alright, so here we go. Let's get started. First, quick recap of the market. Then I just want to kind of catch up. Loving the dip. William, I agree with you. The market's pulling back, and I'm thankful. Like, I am as optimistic. By the way, let me put this caveat out there. Please don't be stupid enough to follow YouTubers' advice, especially on an entertainment channel, which is how this channel is classified. I don't even classify it as education. Just be careful following anyone's advice. This is an investment advice. I'm just a cryptocurrency enthusiast, and I think cryptocurrency is going to change the freaking world. And it's an honor for me to be here and to be a part of this movement because that's what I really see cryptocurrency is more than anything. Is it's a freaking movement, a movement of independence, a movement of freedom. That's what I see. And so with that being said, let's just get underway. I'm going to talk about cryptocurrency. I'm going to talk about getting some free cryptocurrency tokens. And really, this is not going to be exhaustive at all because there are so many ways that you literally can get free cryptocurrency. And I mean, like, it's like anywhere from like a free few dollars, few cents, rounding up to $5, $10, $50. I mean, there's just a lot of different things you can do out there. And again, I'm not going to cover all of it here. I'm probably going to do some specific videos and some tutorials on some things. William says Tron is cheap. Man, Tron is really cheap. Everything's cheap right now everywhere it's been the past few days. Yeah, 2.6 cents Tron is right now. 2.6 cents. And it may go lower, and if it does, that's beautiful. I've been thinking about pulling some more fiat in anyway, just for Tron, not Bitcoin. I mean, I can always get more Bitcoin, but Tron, I've been thinking about pulling in some more fiat just for Tron. And if it keeps dropping lower and lower, I might get to that because I'm loving this Tron right now. One of the reasons Tron, I think, is going, well, the whole market's going down. The reality is, I started to say, there's been some, if you don't know this, there's been some issues with Tron lately. The nodes have been kind of jacked up. It's been messing up the dApp space a lot. The irony of that is the price is still, like, it's not tanked any more than pretty much anything else. I mean, it's down about where Bitcoin's down, 6.3%. Tron's down 7%. You know, Bitcoin SV's down 12%. EOS is down 8%. So there's Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin's down over 10%. So Tron's in line, and it's kind of crazy for as much trouble as they've had for them to be in line, especially when the dApps haven't been working properly. But I think it just goes to show you that the people that are in Tron right now, like, they tend to believe in it. They're using it. And that's another thing. Like, you don't want to get rid of your Tron because if you're in the dApp space at all, you're using it. So if anything, you know, you might be looking to buy up some more Tron, especially if you've been gambling on dApps and losing, which I don't recommend that you gamble on dApps, but I'm just saying, if you've been doing that and you're losing, then you might want to fill it back up. Stellar's right behind. Tron, not too far behind it. It'd be interesting. I always like to see how Tron does and how it kind of battles it out. I think Tron should be above Bitcoin SV, but that's just me. What's up, Cross? How's it going? How's it going? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate you being here. All right, so I want to talk about getting some free tokens, but before I do that, I want to go over here. I want to talk about just a quick update on Just Game. I am out. I got out of the Just Game. I actually put out a video, recorded a video, 20 minutes long, that I've sent it out to my Crypto Passive Profits Income Strategy newsletter. And literally, before I could get it out, I was going to wait and get it out in the morning, the next morning after I recorded it. And then literally, they rolled out, and in there, I was talking to them rolling out ETH. Well, they already had rolled out. Man, I didn't even realize this. I got USDT in here. That's kind of crazy. But they rolled out the ETH, and I'm not even going to show that. But what I predicted about ETH as far as it being bigger on a USD value is absolutely as bigger. But I got out of Just Game for a couple of reasons. Let me just address this real quick. Several people commented, Gunjiji was one of them, commented on my first stream I did about this. When I put it up, when I first came across it and I saw it and I was like, wow, like everybody's going to be jumping into this thing. When I first put it up, I had talked about, I really didn't know if Just Game was really a part of, Team Just or not, and I was a little bit confused. And I had people attempting to call me out, I guess, which is unfortunate, because let me tell you something. I promise you that I'm not a perfect person, but I also promise you I would not intentionally ever manipulate any of my viewers or my subscribers. If I talk about something, I'm talking about something that I believe, and I could be dead ass wrong, but I am intentionally not misleading anyone. I am not plugged into the P3D community like I was in the beginning for lots of reasons, and I keep thinking I'm going to do a whole video on that, but overall I don't think it's positive for the community, so I'm not going to. But I was excited to see them coming out with something, and when I saw the white paper or the partial white paper on Just Game, I read through it, and when I saw this and I saw, wow, this looks just like the screenshots that they had and everything. I mean, I was kind of excited by it at first, and I didn't know, is it a clone? Is someone ripping it off? And then part of me was like, well, so what if it's a clone? As long as it's working and it's not going to be an exit scam. But I just didn't really know. And then it wasn't even probably, I don't know if it was even 24 hours afterwards, I saw this logo pop up. Now, I'm vaguely familiar with Endless Game and what Endless Game is. And so when I saw that, I was like, I don't think this is Team Just, but these are other developers in the dApp space. So I didn't feel like it was necessarily an exit scam. But if this isn't Team Just, and I don't think it is now, it kind of got me excited because someone said in one of my comments, I think it was my comments, where someone said, this is only one part of what Team Just is coming out with. That was reassuring for me. That got me excited for two things. And by the way, this is not the topic of this thread, but I figured I should go ahead and shout it out real quick. So this got me excited for two things. First of all, it got me excited because I kind of felt like this was one-dimensional. It wasn't as exciting as what it sounded like the white paper kind of let it to be. And I felt like this was just one-dimensional. So when I found out this is just one component and there's another component that combines with this, I thought, wow, that's interesting because it could add some sort of balance. I don't know what that other component could be, but I'm excited by it. The second thing is the fact that whoever is trying to essentially rip off Team Just here, it ends up being a huge benefit to them because I think a lot of people get used to the mechanics. And I think when Team Just rolls out their final product, I think this is just going to cause people to want to jump into whatever Team Just is doing that much faster. So that's kind of exciting. I got out. Here's why I got out. I had almost. When I opened my box, I came in with about 25,000 Tron. I was able to get out with I think 36 or 39,000. I forget. But it slows way down. You see, it's important to understand that gift boxes, the value of the gift boxes or the price of the gift boxes doesn't change. So when one person buys a gift box, the second person buys a gift box, 35% of his purchase, the second person, gets shared with the first person. That's a huge increase. Well, when the third person buys a gift box, just keeping it simple, his 35% right here, his 35% gets shared among those 2 people. When the 4th person buys one, his 35% gets shared with the previous 3 people. So you kind of extrapolate that out, if that's the right word. You extrapolate that out, and you go all the way out, you know, to hundreds and thousands of gift boxes, tens of thousands of gift boxes, maybe hundreds of thousands of gift boxes. Then the return ends up slowing down a lot eventually. I mean, there's no way it doesn't slow down drastically at some point. So I figured, you know what, I'm not going to get much more out of this unless, you know, there's a huge swell of people coming in, and that might happen. But I decided I wanted to go ahead and get out because I could just do other things with that Tron. Now, with that being said, I am waiting for this to slow down a little bit. I mean, I'm waiting for this to tick down to that last couple of hours, and I will try to play the last 100 over here because, look, you get 22,000. I mean, that's a lot that you're going to get just for being one of the last 100 to make a 25 Tron gift box purchase. So I'm totally going to try that. I'm just waiting for this to tick down. ETH rolled out. I literally checked out the ETH version probably 5 or 6 hours after it launched, and it had already slowed way down. I put 1.3 ETH in there just to see what it was going to do, and I'm so far from even hitting break even on that right now. I'm so glad I didn't go into that one any further. I mean, you almost had to be first to act. So from that standpoint, it's really kind of a one-dimensional game. And so, by the way, if you've ever wondered why, when it comes to mining cryptocurrencies on dApps such as like TronBet or 888, if you ever wonder why it gets more expensive to mine new tokens, part of it is an attempt to help counteract dilution of dividends. And so you don't have that price increase here, so you kind of get diluted. Your returns get diluted a lot. So that's where I'm at with Team Just. I just want to give a quick update on that since I talked about it in my previous videos. I'm out for now. Probably wait. Will try to take a chance and play the last 100 just because it could be a good payoff. So we'll have to wait and see what happens there. I've not messed with the IOST or the USDT tether. USD tether. I've not messed with that either. All right, moving right along. Let's talk about cryptocurrency. Sorry, I'm trying to see what you guys are saying. Hoodie says, big hello from New Orleans. I'm listening to you on my Bluetooth speaker while I'm sweeping water out of my front door. Hoodie, man, take it easy, brother. Hope that water recedes sooner than later. And then someone from Brazil. Frag divs are insane. We'll talk about Frag. Let's first of all, when it comes to getting cryptocurrency, I want to talk about this. There's been an update to Crypto Tab. You can download the Crypto Start. They got this cool browser function, which is really awesome. It's just, you know, looks all sexy and everything. This is one of the most passive safest earners, period. I mean, talk about getting, you know, basically crypto for nothing, essentially nothing. It's just for using the browser. This thing works just like, I mean, it works identical to the Chrome browser, except you're able to get referrals and you're able to get cryptocurrency. I mean, look, at 10,000 in the past several months, I've gotten $283. Is it a fortune? No. Is anybody getting rich on it? No. But there's the BAT token out there in the BAT browser, and I'm just not a big fan of that browser. And I'll do a whole video on that later. I don't have nothing against it, but when it comes to earning crypto from an earning standpoint, I'll just use a Chrome type browser like Crypto Tab, and I'll just earn cryptocurrency from using the browser. And I haven't done a withdrawal in so long. I mean, you look back on my channel and see other withdrawals. Sumit Das, what's up? How's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. So if you go down below in the description and you see my cryptocurrency passive strategy income newsletter, when you sign up for that newsletter, what's going to happen right after you sign up is you'll get sent to the page to download and start using the Crypto Tab browser. I cannot understand why anybody in the cryptocurrency space would not at least be using either the Crypto Tab browser or the BAT browser. At the very least, use the BAT browser. I think you earn less probably on that one, or you have less potential of earnings, but you should be using one of them. Sumadas said, BAT browser rewards make me go BATs. The rewards are Sumit Das says the bad browser rewards make them go bats. The bad browser rewards they're just super low. And the crazy thing is the whole idea behind that browser. It's more of a privacy focused browser, but yet the way you earn is by allowing yourself to be advertised to, which is, it's almost 61 hand half dozen another in some ways. Education entertainment. Hey, how much do you earn with that many referrals so far? I've made a few bucks with it. I like the concept. Yeah, well, let's see. My last withdrawal, first of all, most of these referrals are not active. That is always the case, by the way. I go from between 200 to 600, and I haven't actively promoted this. There's several things I've done to promote it. And I have some plans in the back of my head that I want to do, create an entire funnel, a cryptocurrency funnel, and this will be part of it. It's just not high enough on the priority list for me to get it done. But let's see, when my last withdrawal was, I think I did. Here's what I can tell you. I think last week or week before, in 24 hours, I just calculated a random 24 hours. I think I got 11,000 Satoshi in 24 hours, just to give you a heads up on that. But even if you come back and take a look, my last withdrawal was, let's see, is this it? I don't even know how to do. Oh, no. I haven't done a withdrawal in so long. Withdraw. It was several months ago. Payment history. So February was my last withdrawal. So since then, I've basically earned that, 200 and some change, depending on the price of BTC. Now here's the thing, BTC is at 10,000. So what happens when it goes to 20,000? Well, now all of a sudden we're at almost $600 in earnings just for a freaking browser. I mean, it doesn't cost you any more than, people are like, oh, but you're using up computer resources. Okay, you're using your computer for so many other things that is not paying you nothing ever, period, end of story. So that's useless to me. You can't use but so much more electricity. I mean, whatever your computer's using, that's all it's going to use. When this thing hits, when this thing hits 20,000, we're at almost 600. If it hits 50,000, look, we're going to be at what? Over $1,000? If BTC hits at 50,000, that's possible the next year too. If BTC was to hit 100,000, now where are you at? You're looking at almost $2,000 just for using the doggone CryptoTab browser. And so I'm the guy who believes that sometime in the next, 3 to 5 to 10 to 15, 20, 30 years, somewhere in here, BTC is going to go to the freaking moon. I believe BTC one day is going to be worth $1 million per BTC. I've talked about that ad nauseum on my channel. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what you guys are saying. Education, entertainment, TV said, right. What's cool though is I agree. Is it's passive income. BTC goes up. I have like 39 referrals. Yeah, it's totally passive. It's totally passive. Education, entertainment said I use it on my website in place of ad revenue, so I like that. Yep, totally. And it's a good way to earn because my traffic signs up. Yeah, it's an easy thing for people to sign up to. It's just download it and use it. There's nothing. They don't even have to. There's no like crypto outlay. They don't have to pay anything. Just download it and use it like any other browser. All right. That's free cryptocurrency. Period. End of story. Or as close to free as you're going to get. But that's actual BTC. Let's keep going. I'm going to talk about Blaze. I'm going to talk about Blaze a little bit later. I was wrong about Blaze in a couple of areas, which is fine. But Blaze, not only can you earn free Blaze, and I don't mean like gamble and earn it. I mean mathematically, statistically, knowing how to play Blaze, you get free tokens, and it's one of the best tokens right now, in my opinion, as far as dividends, as far as the value, the whole 9 yards. We'll come back to Blaze, and I'll tell you about a little bit later how I was wrong on Blaze and didn't even realize. I mean, I was totally wrong about some things, and I'll clear that up for you. Let's talk about Frag. So Frag's one of those deflationary tokens. Frag did airdrops, and they're still doing airdrops. Airdrops is where you get free cryptocurrency just dropped into your wallet. And if you have a wallet, you'll get airdrops just on all sorts of stupid stuff. And most of it is absolutely worthless. And Frag there's this trend with these deflationary tokens where basically every time they get used, they're getting burned up. And as they're getting burned up,
in theory, there's less supply and they should become more valuable. Now, the reality is the value currently comes from people's anticipation that they're going to get burned up and there's going to be a demand created. Just because a token is deflationary nothing about that makes it valuable. That's what you want to understand. Just because there's a shrinking supply, that does not make it more valuable at all. Period. But people's anticipation that, hey, there may be some use for this, more people might want this, that's what makes the value go up. It's the anticipation that people are going to want it as it's getting deflated. Right now, they're in the airdrop phase, and there's Frag Toss, which I've done a video about, but there's also Frag Box, which is what I'm using right now. It's basically a P3D style contract. Let me claim these divs. 10% in, 10% out of your tokens. You can cash out at any point in time. There's a referral link, but you don't even got to worry about using my referral link. You can trade it. The current value, it's been going up and down. It's on the lower side right now, but it has went up. You can trade it. It's currently at 3.6. Now, I want to tell you something about this. Be very careful. Be very careful. They have this little disclaimer down here, but people aren't really aware of what that disclaimer is, or not everyone understands that. Trading a large quantity affects price, known as slippage. I've referenced slippage before on this channel, but it's still, unless you are familiar with trading, people don't quite understand what that means or what that is. And I want to just kind of show you for a minute. Let's see. So this is, by the way, they're pulling this price, the best I can tell, from Tron Watch right here, which I think is hilarious because the reason they started internal exchange, my understanding was because Tron Watch wasn't reliable. Yet that price is in line. Every time I've checked, that price has been in line with Tron Watch. But on the DDEX, you can actually get it a little bit cheaper right now. Or you can sell it, sorry, for a little bit cheaper. You're going to sell it for a little less. So here's the thing, though. By the way, here's what I like. There's a lot more buy orders than sell orders. That's phenomenal. There's a lot more people wanting to buy than are wanting to sell. And some of these sell orders are probably people who, quite honestly, if the price started shooting up, if tomorrow's at 5, 6, this guy here at 7, Tron might start pulling out back his orders because, you know, he's afraid that, oh my goodness, it's going to go up even more. So he may end up stalling that. You know, he may cancel that order. But just to explain what slippage is, if you go to sell and you have 1,000 to sell, then you're going to get less than 3 here. You're going to get less than 2.5 because they're trying to fill that 1,000 frag order. You're going to get somewhere between 2.5 to 3 is what you're ultimately going to get because there's not enough people wanting to buy at 3. So if you sell through the website, and I don't recommend you do that, if you sell right here through the website, you're going to get less than this price because of slippage. Meaning if you have 1,000 frag you want to sell, then in order for you to get exactly 3.698, then on the exchange there has to be at least 1,000 or more frag available for someone who's wanting to buy them for that price. But if there's 100, then you're going to go down to the next price. Say the next price is 3.5, and maybe there's 500 there. Well, then you're going to go down to the next price, and that price could be 3. So you're not. That's what slippage is. Slippage is where the price slips because there's not enough orders there to meet enough buy orders to meet your large sell order. So you want to keep that in mind. Now, just quickly, one thing with all of these tokens is you've got to have a plan to take money off the table or to take crypto off the table. Yes, you can get free crypto through the airdrop, but you want to have a plan, whether it's sell off the airdrop tokens, whether you want to hold them to a certain point. It's really good though not to speculate on just holding it forever. If you keep throwing crypto in every neat little thing that comes along, hoping that one of them moons and explodes, and any of it could, but most of it's not going to. So before things die, there will be ups and downs in price. Before a DApp or a project or a token totally dies, the price is going to go up and down a little bit. So you want to have a plan that if the price goes up a little bit, you want to be pulling some off the table. You want to at least be made whole, if you will. So just keep that in mind. You always want to be pulling something off the table all the time, especially when you've got. Now, some of you don't have anything in here because you were a part of the airdrop, and you got all your tokens through the airdrop, and that's great.
I still recommend come out ahead, sell a little bit of them. Plan it if you want to keep some of it long term because you want to see if it ends up hitting, a dollar USD value or like bomb hit $50 USD. I don't think anything's going to do that, but bomb hit $50 USD.
It was the very first deflationary token. If you think that that's possible and you want to hold just in case, then there's nothing wrong with that. But always be pulling some out along the way. You always want to ROI a little bit. Be level-headed. Don't swing for the fences. Do everything you can to protect your crypto. First of all, don't go in anything. Crypto's already risky. Don't go into anything so hard. And I get it. It's tempting. You kind of FOMO in. Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt. Got a few of them. But logically, you've got to know that things go down. Most crypto projects are never going to see the light of day. So you just got to be aware of that. So it's always a good idea to pull a little bit off the table, especially if price goes up or if you're getting dividends. Sell some of those dividends. Sell some of those airdrop tokens. Or, just have a plan of when you plan to start selling them. Keep that in mind. So you can get free Frag tokens. You can still participate in the airdrop. And right now, all you got to do is be inside the Frag box. So whatever you have inside the Frag box every day, I don't know if they do it on the weekends, but I know definitely during the week they've been doing a little bit of an airdrop right in here. And you can just, on top of the dividends earned from the in and out, 10% in and out of the contract. And if something's not clear, just ask in the comments and I'll try to clear it up for you. I'm assuming a lot of you are familiar with this, but I know some of you are brand new. So if I'm breezing over something, it's just because I don't want to take too long talking about it. I want to move on to the next thing. But if something's not clear, then by all means, please be sure to ask. All right, next token. Let me just double check Blaze over here. Okay, it's doing good. Next token, Void. Void token. Now, Void. If you want free airdrop tokens without even having to put anything in the Frag box or whatever, or like with the Frag token, Void does have an airdrop coming out. I personally have not been a part of it. My family is pulling in the driveway. I personally have not done it yet. I may do a whole video on this. I need to get it done. But basically, you're going to get some free tokens. You just got to come here to join airdrop. Even if you've never done this before, this is the third airdrop. I've missed out on the first two myself. All of my Void tokens I bought currently. I've gotten a few in the, they're doing like a staking, and I've gotten a few from that. But actual airdrop is coming up, and this is all you have to do is just follow these instructions. Follow them to a T. Don't mess it up. Do it right. Follow the instructions to a T. If you follow the instructions properly, you're going to get some free Void tokens. And Void has a value right now. They've come down a little bit. Let's see where they're at. About 3.5 right here. They've had a big pullback. And it's probably because someone's basically taking profits. But I recently purchased some more Void at 3.5. But you can see there's a lot more buy orders than there are sell orders. That's always a positive to me in general. It means more people are currently wanting to buy it than are wanting to sell it, and that's ideally that's good long term. But the Void token is another deflationary token. They all have their little differences. The Void token, I really like how they're monitoring their airdrops. I mean, it seems like from what I can gather, I mean, it just looks like they really got a plan to make something happen. Like they really want to. They really are acting like, they want to do a legit airdrop. They don't want their token going to dummy wallets. They don't want, people trying to spam or create multiple wallets just to abuse the airdrop. It seems like they've got some sort of real plans. Now, any developers can abandon any project at any point in time. We've seen that already happen numerous times in the crypto space. But it seems like these developers have some real ideas or some real plans for this token. And I like that. So we'll see what's going to happen there. Now, that's Void. And there's other tokens, like there's some masternode stuff out there right now. And I've mostly left masternodes alone, basically because the dApp space is more interesting. But when it comes to getting free tokens, I mean, masternodes can be okay. You want to be careful with them because what I've noticed is masternodes are really, and masternode rewards are really just a way to try to manipulate price in some cases. But there's one, maybe two masternodes out there that are lower cost masternodes that I would probably like to do some more research on and potentially be a part of if that's the route that I wanted to go. But you can get some free tokens on masternodes, and then there's there's a lot of little interesting things out there outside of just the getting free tokens. Like there's so many interesting dividend models, just different projects out there that will pay, dividends, and some of them will pay a fair amount, like several percent a month in some cases. So it's interesting. It's fascinating. There's also, I'm going to do another video in the future about how there's a lot of tokens and projects out there. Like if you just go through their little educational model, you'll get like, $5 worth of, free tokens or whatever. And you can just sell that right off, or you can hold on to it just in case. You never know what the future is going to hold. I want to talk to you about Blaze, because I've made some mistakes on Blaze. And it wasn't that I made a mistake as far as understanding the game. I've got an entire series on strategy. And that's, there's none of that information that's wrong. It looks different if you're a part of my cryptocurrency passive income strategy newsletter. It looks different because they changed the UI, but it's not, the content in and of itself isn't wrong. Now, let me just say this. You absolutely, I saw someone come in here the other day and say, in chat, they were like, I don't really play Blaze, but I like to hold the token. I like to buy the token, invest the token. I bought some really cheap at like 15 Tron per token, which I can't imagine was the last time. It's about 25 Tron per token right now. And that's where it's been, between 25 and 27 for weeks. And he said, I can't. But then he said this. He said, it's a great earner. And he is right. It's a consistent earner. It just pays really, really well. I mean, probably average 500 Tron a week with my current, with the current frozen tokens that a day with my current frozen tokens, 365 with 19 hours to go. 2 days ago, I think it was, I had like 1600 Tron. I mean, it's a huge earner. But here's the key. He bought the token for 15 Tron, and he said, you can't mine it for that cheap. And that's just simply not true. And when I commented on that, his first response was, he was basically assuming that I'm like saying that, I'm gambling. Because I've heard people say on TronBet on the chat, I'm able to mine tokens for this price. Well, no, that's not true. You just had a short-term variance where you were winning. But in the long run, you're going to pay more than you're currently paying. But it's going to equal out to some number because there's a consistent static house edge. But you see, with Blaze, there's not a consistent static house edge. By the way, there's some new stuff coming up with Blaze. It's, in fact, starting tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'm going to talk about that as well. The thing about Blaze is that you actually can mine Blaze for free. Absolutely for free. It takes patience. It takes diligence. But you absolutely, currently, in the current environment of the game, because that's what determines whether you can mine it for free. And in some cases, in fact, I can show you proof that there are people who are mining it for a profit, a total profit. Now, this is where I was wrong. I kind of thought I was mining it for a profit, and then I looked at my statistics wrong, and thankfully, Bubbles is his name over here in chat, pointed out, he said, hey, Wealth, you're looking at that wrong. And I'll show you that in a moment. But the way that you mine Blaze, and this isn't, originally I thought this was optimal way to play. This is another area that I was wrong. I don't know. It's the most optimal way to play if you're just trying to gain Tron, like from every play. Like it is possible to play and not lose Tron. In fact, you can earn Tron, but just from machine alone. But there may be a strategy that's more optimal than even that, and I'll cover that here in a moment. But basically, what you do is you come down here and you roll. You set, 200 amount, you do a roll. And the roll, look, I'll just do one real quick. So the roll is you're going to get points. Now you get paid, 200 points comes out to like 200 Tron. If you rolled, an even 50, in theory, it would come out to 200K. But you're going to get 5% less because there's a 5% community fee essentially built in. I think 1.5 or 2% go to devs, the rest goes to the dividends. So if I sell this right here at a rate value of 1, and we're getting close to getting 1 now, then I would be, on average, sure you have good rolls and bad rolls. Keep in mind, you can get good luck, and I can bet high, and I can roll several greens, everything over 50. I could roll 80s, I could roll 90s, and I could oh wow, I'm doing awesome. You can also roll low. You can hit a bunch of lows. And when that happens, when you roll low, then you're losing. You're going to be losing more than 5%. But over the long run, there's only a 5% fee. Hang on just a minute. There's only a 5% fee, and every time there's a roll, when you roll enough times, you're going to be losing about 5% if you're able to sell at 1. It shouldn't be a problem selling at 1. Just to show you, this is the rate. This is how often we hit 1. This is this morning, so let's go back. Let's see if we can go all the way back to 24 hours. This was last night. So you can see how often. So this is basically from 11 to 11 this morning. So this is how often. 1, 105, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0.9, 1, 1, 1, 1.9, 105, 105, 105, 105. These are all within 24 hours. 105, 105, 105, 105, 105. So you can sell at 1 and 105 often. There's ample opportunities on most days, not every day, but on most days, there's ample opportunities to be able to sell at 1 or 105. Now, why do you sell at 105? Because when you sell at 105, you get a 5% bonus on your sell. Just like if you sell at 1.10, you get a 10% bonus on your current points. So, for example, I have 178,000 points. If I sell at 1, I'm going to get 178 Tron. If I sell at 1.05, I'll get 5% more than 178. So whenever you sell at 1.05, if you're paying attention and you're able to sell at 1.05, then you're going to be literally, statistically, in the long run, over hundreds, maybe over several thousand bets, you're going to be breaking even. Now, the reality is, if you're waiting to sell at 1.05, oftentimes you're going to be selling at 1.06, 1.07, 110, 121. The goal is to be selling. You want to have more sales above 1.05. If you do that, and you're doing it consistently, and you're not gambling it up, and you're not trying to do some sort of martingale strategy, if you're doing that, then you are absolutely going to be mining for free or earning a profit. Meaning you can get the tokens, you can actually earn Tron while getting Blaze tokens. Every 1,000 Blaze wagered, so if I did 10 bets right here, that's going to be 2,000. That would give me 2 Blaze. And then what happens when we get over 1.05 is people are, they'll do this, they'll hit bet, and then they're hitting max sell, they're selling as soon as they come in. So you can turn over, say, this 2,000 Tron, you can turn that over sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 times. And you're going to get Blaze for all those times that it turns over. Period. Now, here's where I was making a mistake. I was getting a little loose because sometimes you got 12 hours to sell. So I was getting a little bit loose and I was selling a little bit early. And part of the reason I was selling early is because part of it is because I would run out of time on occasion or I wasn't paying attention. The other part is because I was trying to earn more Blaze. So I'd get like 1.03 and I would do a quick sell. And then every now and again, you'll just have it where, you're just away from your computer, you're, AFK, or you're away from your mobile or whatever. Like today I was out and I had a chance to sell. I literally, from my phone, tried to sell like 15, 20 times, but I wasn't getting a good connection on my cell phone. I could not get a sell through. And it went up to 1.07. I think it even hit 1.08 this morning. And finally, I'm walking around. I was actually at a store. I walked outside. I'm walking everywhere trying to get a good signal to get a sell go through. And when it finally went through, I went through at 1.04. But that was okay because literally moments before that, the rate had tanked to 0.91 before spiking back up. So I'm just thankful that my sell didn't go through at 0.91. However, just to show you statistics, come over here. So net profits excluding kings. Kings is a whole nother game. You're going to lose playing kings in the long run on Tron. So dividends. I've made 60,000 Tron. Now, I did not realize that my net profit included my dividends. So I haven't profited 60,000. I've profited 22,000. And it was actually in Bubbles who pointed out. I was like, I'm mining this. I'm making money because I was looking at this. I was looking at I was looking at this, not realizing that it included the 60,000. I thought I'd made 22,000 and 60,000 because I've frozen a lot because I freeze every day. Remember, take something off the table every day. I freeze almost half, or sometimes a little more than half, of my dividends every single day. So what I realized was I was like, oh, I've been playing a little bit too loose. And so I'm thinking about, I wrote down where I was at in my office. I wrote down exactly what my dividends were, what my net profit was, and how many blaze I had. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I'm thinking about tracking it because I want to get back to where I'm actually earning blaze for free. But here's the challenge that I have. That might not actually be the best. That might not be the best strategy. Because look, these blaze tokens, here's the reality. These things, I've got 3,600 right now, almost 3,700. Let's do some simple math. Currently, they're valued at around 25 Tron. So we'll just do 3694 times 25. 92,000 Tron in blaze value that I have, on top of the fact that I'm getting the dividends every day, every single day. So if you calculate blaze earnings and dividends from blaze, I told you Machine has a 5%, basically a community fee in the game. Oh, it's going up. You might see some action start right here in a minute. If we hit 105, someone comes in here and rolls strong. But I told you that there's a 5% fee. But the reality is, it's probably a lot less. Now, I don't know exactly how to calculate that fee, but when you consider the fact that you're earning blaze and you're getting dividends from the blaze, and the blaze tokens currently have an incredible blaze value, then wait till I tell you about the upcoming releases that's going to start even this week, which I'll talk about that next here in a moment. But when you consider that the blaze token has a value of about 25 Tron, plus is a dividend earning token, I mean that somewhere that lowers your fee to less than 5% when you calculate that in. Now, if you want to win Tron, the best bet is to get to sell at 1.05 and above. But there are some guys coming up in here, and by the way, just to show you that there are people doing that, because I started looking yesterday. Let's see, where's he at? Is he up here? I'm not seeing him. Oh, here he is. Panchox, however you say that, is a viewer. So here's him. Notice, dividends. He's earned more profit than from his dividends. So if you take that $8,000 away from his $21,000, he literally has earned, what's that, 16-ish? 15? Is it 15? No, it's about 13, 12. Yeah, about 13,000 Tron that he's earned. And while he's been earning that, he's been, let's see, bet amounts. So he's bet 689,000 Tron. So he's probably got 600. Yeah, he should have about 600 if he hasn't sold any. He's got 689 blaze, and he's earned 13,000 Tron. So he's been paid to mine blaze tokens. Literally. Oh, snap. We just crossed over 1. That's what that's all about. You got to keep an eye on it. Someone's playing kings, that's why it goes up. So you got to keep an eye on that. But he's actually earned 13,000 Tron while mining 680 something blaze tokens. Now, if you consider, I think it was 689. 689 times 25. So that's another 17,000 Tron. That's nuts. There is not another platform where you can literally, profitably, without having to gamble it up, earn the token. We are about to start rolling. Earn the token, and at the same time be able to earn the token, and at the same time being able to earn Tron as well. Meaning he's not paying Tron to do that. I hope you're understanding that. There's not another platform, period. And then when you include what's going to be happening this week, so they're about to launch a burn. Oh, look at this. It's going up. Someone's rolling. They're getting ready to sell. See, a lot of times people like to, I do, well, actually, that's actually where I would do it, right there. I'm going to go ahead and roll as well. I might just wait a minute. Oh wow, down to 41,000. I'm rolling. This might pop. It's either gonna pop down or pop up. But if it goes to 1.05, I'm going to sell. But there probably is a strategy where it's okay to lose marginally as long as you're winning Blaze and holding your Blaze tokens. That would probably be a net winning strategy. And some people like to sell some of their Blaze tokens. I have sold about 1,000 of mine. I'm not planning to sell any more anytime soon, especially with the burn coming, especially with the airdrop. There's an airdrop coming for Blaze tokens. I'm going to talk about that here in a moment. I'm just trying to watch this. So the airdrop, well, first of all, tomorrow they're supposed to be doing a re-update on the Kings version of the game. Basically, man, we're about to hit 1.05. Sorry, I can't hardly even talk without watching this rate, because I'm telling you, my heart starts racing. This thing goes nuts. So they're about to implement a change to Kings. I'll go look at this real quick. They're about to implement a change to the game Kings over here. Basically, there's a God King. If you hold all the thrones, then you start earning this per second. But this isn't sustainable. It hits 0 often. So they're going to start it where you can start earning Blaze every time you have the God King throne. You can start earning Blaze. And they're going to change the jackpot. So basically, if you're bronze, every bet that someone makes on iron to try to take iron, you're going to get 3% of it. And if you're at silver, every bet you can get 3% of it. And gold, I think, is going to go into a separate gold jackpot that you can hit. And people are playing. That's why this rate's going up. Oh, they keep playing. Man, this is going to cross over 1.05. I know it is. Let me get over here so I'm ready to roll just when it happens. Oh, my goodness. Oh, 1.03. Come on, baby. So they're doing the King updates comes out tomorrow. Right after that, they're going to do an airdrop. And I don't know. I'm assuming it's going to be this coming week. Oh, almost there. They're going to do an airdrop. See, this might be a good time to sell if you're just trying to play for Blaze. I'm going to keep trying to get my, see if we drop back down. I'm going to keep trying to, man. Oh, there we go. Sell. 1.05 right there. Roll. Sometimes, there we go. So I just sold those. So I've got a 1.6% edge in my favor right now. 2% edge, 2.1% edge in my favor on my rolls. Can I get bad luck? Sure, I can get bad luck. I'm just waiting for the rolls to come through. Sure, I can get bad luck. But the edge is in my favor. There we go. Let's get that. Let's get that. Do another 10. That was a little bit low. I put that sell through. Almost low. We'll wait and see what happens. Oh, 1.49. See, this is probably a good time to sell, especially if you're just trying to, there we go. Especially if you're trying to get Blaze. I'm pretty certain it's, see, that just went through. I'm probably going to get a low sell on that one. Because it takes, you know, the blockchain takes a moment to process. Here we go. Just got to watch it like a hawk. And just get the rest of it rolled and ready. Now keep in mind, I'm earning Blaze, just to show you. So I made 6.9 Blaze sitting here doing this. And statistically, I've not lost anything. Now oh, there we go. I can have bad luck. I had a bad sale, so I probably lost a little bit on that sale. But I'm also got some sales where I'm 1.05. Man, keep going. Sometimes it can stay up here for quite a while. Sometimes it's here for seconds. The sell through, that's 2.1% edge in my favor, 2.3% edge in my favor. Just got a bad roll. This I ended up with 20. There we go. There we go. There we go. Just selling as fast as I can. And I'm earning Blaze, 2.2% edge in my favor. Just make sure you don't, try not to sell below it. You're going to sometimes sell below because you're going to, see right there. We'll just wait on that. Oh, man. Go. Ah, missed that one, 1.03. Ah, man. I didn't have bets going through. There we go. We'll look at the damage. You can actually see where your sales were at as well. Oh, we're going to wait on that. You can see how your sales went. It's the worst when it just kind of bounces around. All right, sorry about that. Oh, see, dropped to 0.95. We're not going to do anything with that. The points. The good news is, and with only 19,000 points up there, that might pop back up while we're sitting here. So let's see, take a look. We can come to exchange and see what our sales were at. 1.03, that's a losing sale. That's a profitable sale. Marginally losing, profitable, 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 profitable. That was a losing sale. Losing, losing, profitable, profitable, losing. Very good. These are last night sales. See how high that was? Like you're literally. And then, of course, the dividends are way up. We got 400 coming. We've made 13 Blaze so far. Keep in mind, 25 Tron each, so that's, you know, over 250, probably what? Over 300 Tron right there. Plus, it's a dividend earning token. That's nuts. All right, so we might, although this could go up quick, we might be done for now. By the way, I've made a little bit of Tron. I was at 2,000, if that's the right, let's see. If that's right, the right balance. Oh, no, I've made a lot of Tron. So my, wait a minute, let me do that again. I made a lot of Tron on that one, which means I had some good luck, by the way. Okay, there we go, 1,035, so that's accurate. Okay, 1,035. So I think I've made close to 100 Tron, plus I made about 300 Tron worth of Blaze, plus those Blaze have dividends coming. This rate's going to pop again at some point, because if people start playing Kings, it's going to move that rate a lot with only 28,000 out there. That's crazy. Freaking crazy. Nerdy Dude! Hello, hello, welcome to the stream. You just missed us doing some crazy good rolls. So, I just wanted to show you that, by the way, Panchex wasn't the only one. There was someone else that has made... I want to show him one more time. He wasn't the only one, though. There was someone else that... And I'll show you a gambler. I'll show you someone that's lost their ass, you know. So let's just show him one more time. He's had a lot of discipline. He even said in chat, he said, hey, Wealth, I learned how to play from your channel. So he literally just... He followed my advice better than I followed my advice. So he has profited, after dividends, he's profited almost 13,000 Tron. Just over 13,000 Tron, just under 13,000 Tron, while earning 694 Blaze tokens. So he's actually been paid to mine Blaze. Why? Because he's not gambling, he's selling above 1.05. Now, is that the most optimal way to play? I did think so in the beginning. But he's also missed a lot of opportunities to be able to turn over that Tron and to be able to earn Blaze. So that has to be taken into account. Could he have played a little bit more loose? Could he have earned less Tron? Maybe he earns 10,000 less Tron, but in the process he gets another, 200 Blaze. Is that possible? Because he turned it over at different prices. Yeah, that's totally possible. Nerdy Dude said I was getting the alerts. Yeah, man, Blaze is something else. So just to recap, tomorrow they're going to redo the Kings jackpot, which is going to be awesome. That launches tomorrow. And then what they're going to end up doing is next week, I'm told immediately after that, they're going to do an airdrop for Blaze Bucks. Now, what are Blaze Bucks? Blaze Bucks are ways that you're able to basically buy certain, there's supposed to be like little certain advantages, basically. Like, for example, every day you have to log in now to be able to redeem your dividends. Well, you might be able to spend some Blaze Bucks and use those Blaze Bucks to be able to spend those Blaze Bucks and say, hey, for like a week or 3 days or 2 weeks or whatever, you don't have to manually retrieve your dividends. And I think the Blaze Bucks in and of itself will eventually be a burn strategy as well. I think you're able to use Blaze to buy Blaze Bucks eventually. And then when you do that, it kind of burns the Blaze. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's how it's going to work. And then shortly afterwards, they're going to be implementing the first Blaze burn game. There's going to be a game, and I've heard hints and ideas, but I don't know how much of it's true. There's going to be a game where you can basically play with your Blaze, and when you lose, your Blaze are burnt forever. So it will help. Here's the crazy thing about Blaze. This thing's been out for over 3 months. There's only 298,000 been mined. You think about that. There's only 298,000 Blaze been mined. That is nothing. Absolutely nothing. And so then when they start burning that, that's just going to help the dividends be even more stable, keep the dividends even higher. So I don't know what that looks like. I've heard, and I don't know if it's true, and I don't know if I'm just hearing rumors, but I've heard there may be a way to be able to use Blaze to play Kings if you want to do that. Again, I don't know if that's exactly true or not, but if it is, that would be kind of cool. So we'll have to see what that's going to look like. So they're implementing a burn strategy, and then they're also going to they're going to do the airdrop for Blaze Bucks after the burn game. Right around that time period, they're going to launch the Blaze Bazaar, and that's like the marketplace where you're able to actually use your that's your marketplace where you're actually able to use your Blaze to be able to buy certain things. And some of the stuff you're going to buy, my understanding, is just going to be vanity. Just like vanity tags and whatnot. I got this tag for winning a contest, but there may be like vanity tags or whatever. We'll have to wait and see what that looks like. Only 35,000 Tron out here. This rate's going to move. It's going to move. Nerdy Dude Stuff says, so did you take my idea? I don't remember what your idea was, Nerdy Dude, or I don't know if I know what you're talking about. I don't know what idea they're taking. But here's the other thing about these freaking devs. They're pretty quick. Like, the stuff, like, every week or 2 weeks, they're coming out with something. I mean, it's, like, pretty constant. And that's... You'd be hard-pressed to find more responsive devs in the DApp space. That's for darn sure. So that's definitely interesting. So, but even with Blaze, it's always a good idea to be pulling something off the table. I've heard people say, hey, if I get like 200 Blaze in a day, I like to sell 100 and, pocket or freeze the Tron. In my case, I have sold some of my Blaze. That's how I actually got into Just Game. I don't really want to sell no more Blaze. I kind of feel stupid that I've ever sold those Blaze. Even though I did good with Just Game, I still don't want to sell no more Blaze. I actually bought back half the ones I sold. Because I think Blaze, first of all, I kind of think it's ironic that Blaze tokens are holding a 25 Tron value. I think that's hilarious. And the reason I think it's hilarious is because the only people paying that are basically the investors. That tells you how many people are looking to hold Blaze. Because anyone playing Blaze, even close to profitable, you're not spending 25 TRX. Now, the other reason to buy Blaze, and I've thought about buying some Blaze, especially if it pulls back any at all. The other reason to buy it is because you just want to hold more of it because you just believe in the... I almost get nervous because I'm getting Blaze so fast and so cheap playing. I almost feel nervous, like I'm over-diversified in some ways in Blaze tokens. But I've been thinking about it more and more lately, and I'm like, this is just me. I'm not telling you what to do. Again, go back to the top of my video. Not financial advice. Don't be that guy who blames some YouTuber because you were too stupid to do your own research. And if that hurts your feelings, you need to leave my channel. But here's the reality. I just think that of all the tokens right now, this is going to be incredible. So tomorrow, Kings is going to be updated, and I think that that's going to encourage more people to play Kings. And the jackpot and everything, and then I'm thinking, I was told soon after that we'll see the Blaze airdrop. So definitely want to hold all the Blaze I can. I don't know for sure what I'll use Blaze Bucks for. I'm not a vanity name kind of guy. I don't give two craps about vanity. I'm not the guy that would ever pay for skins in a video game, ever. I think that's a silly use of money, but the market says there's plenty of people willing to do it. And there's nothing wrong with it. They want to do it, so what? Especially if they're doing it with airdrop Blaze Bucks. Now I would use Blaze Bucks for something like not have to manually withdraw my dividends for several days at a time or a week or two at a time, because look, I travel, so sometimes it gets hard. Nerdy Dude Stuff said, that he talked to the dev about specifically that in Discord, the vanity stuff. Yeah. Well, if that was your idea, man, then they're looking to run with it. And that's another thing. They're so good at kind of hearing ideas from the community and being able to make adjustments. Like, this is the dev team of dev teams when it comes to dApps. I'm just talking about dApps in general. I'm not saying they're going to change the whole world in cryptocurrency technology. I'm just saying when it comes to game theory mechanics and trying to make the game better and being able to make certain that it's that people understand it and being able to make it easier to play. That whole process is, they're just phenomenal. I mean, they're just phenomenal at it. So you need to go check out Blaze. Come at least hang out. If nothing else, go buy you some Blaze tokens and start freezing the dividends, because you're going to get dividends every single day. You're going to get dividends every single day. We tend to, I don't know what we average. I like to see us hit 50,000 Tron, but we've hit, 180 something or 190 something Tron in the dividend pool before. That's a big payout. We get close to 200, you start getting almost 1-to-1. So if we have a big day where we get like 100, and they do contests every week and every weekend sometimes. So if there's like, if there's like 200,000 Blaze or 200,000 Tron, then I'm going to probably get about 3,000. If there's 200,000 in the div pool, I'm probably going to get about 3,000. That's crazy. It's so freaking incredible. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. I mean, I see guys playing poker, which poker on TronBet would be the only thing that you could actually play and make a profit on if you know how to play multiplayer poker. But that's not even attached to the divs or anything. Yeah, I don't think over there. But there's nothing else out there where you literally can conceivably earn a profit. Let's see. There was someone else. Oh, I told you I was going to show you a gambler over here. Because there's people are like, I've been told in comments and in private, why would you tell people how to play Blaze? Alpha 1 says only 2,000 points. Anyone want to drop a bomb? Now's the time. He's wanting someone to spike the rate. Alpha 1, why don't you drop the bomb? People always are like, hey, let's go play Kings. And then none of those guys are playing Kings. Alpha 1, go drop the bomb, man. You got it. Shoot. You might do well. But I'm going to stay close by because somebody's going to drop a bomb. Boss, nickname, Tron Prince, anybody might drop a bomb. You never know. You just got to be on the lookout. That's what makes this game so fun, so exciting. Ace Wins Poker launches Wednesday. Okay, great. Hopefully they got some dividends attached. Let's see. I told you I was going to show you a gambler. What is a gambler like? This guy right here, massive gambler, Supreme Babe. In fact, he's not around no more probably. By the way, here's another sign of a gambler. They take out all their Blaze. This guy would have had over 5,000, well, almost 5,000 Blaze. This guy, 5,500 Blaze. This means he would have been getting daily dividends averaging over 1,000 a day. Over 1,000 a day. That's what? Almost $30 a day right now in USD value just for holding a token. Just for holding a token. And when it goes up, when Tron goes up to close to like 3.8 cents, that's $38 a day. Just for holding the token. That's $900 a month just for holding a token. But here's why he sold his Blaze. He's probably pissed off and took his toys home. Because check this out. And there's nothing wrong with this. People like to gamble. I'm just waiting for it to show up if it's going to show up. Let's try it again. Oh, here we go. So, here you go. With dividends, almost 70,000 in dividends, he still lost 199,000. So his actual loss was 199,000 plus 68,000. How is that possible? I can tell you how. Because the guy, I watched him play. He paid no attention to the rate for the most part. He just dropped big bombs, 1,000, 2,000 at a time. I think he even dropped some 5,000 and 10,000 Tron bets in there. And he was just, he was just gambling it up. And if he did good, if he rolled good, even though there was a 5% fee, he would just sell. Even because he would see it as a profit. People who sell right after they roll good and the rate is low, they literally, one of two things. They either are just playing for the Blaze, but most of the time it's because they don't know the math and they don't know the game. A lot of times they could be playing for the Blaze, but they probably just don't know the math. Because if you sell when the rate's low, then oftentimes you have to understand that stuff equals itself out. Even when you roll good, you want to sell at 1.05 because some days you're going to roll bad. Your bad luck and your good luck evens each other out. But so if you have good luck and you sell at a negative, if you do that, then you're either playing because you just want to win Blaze, because that's going to cost you Tron in the long run. Because you've got to have the good luck rolls to even out the bad luck rolls to get you to that solid 5% edge. And when you get to that solid 5% edge, now at that point, you're selling at 1.05 or above. But again, Sometimes people like this Supreme Bape, the guy was just gambling. He was doing live streams. I watched his live streams. He was just gambling, and he was just doing it. I mean, for views, having fun, you know, and that was his thing. And when he lost enough, he left. You'll always have those types. You'll always have those types. That's what Tron Bet attracts. That's what 888 Tron attracts. The whole 9 yards. So and there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody's, you know, trying to get cheap or free Blaze tokens. Not everyone's trying to hold on to Blaze. All you gotta do is, here's another thing. If you want to see that there's gamblers, look. 0 Blaze, 0 Blaze, 0 Blaze, 0 Blaze, 0 Blaze, 0 Blaze, 0, 0. These are guys who are just gamblers. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. They're just gamblers. There's nothing wrong with that. This person right here, I bet you they bought some Blaze. I'm just curious to see how much they played. Christopher says you get BTC from the rake of ACE tokens. The ACE tokens you stake. Oh, good luck with ACE's wins. Someone could give Tron Bet a run for the money. Sorry, I'm trying to pull that up to see. So he's a net loser, even with his dividend, but he's only bet 806, but he's holding 4,000 Blaze. He's bought those Blazes on the exchange because he's a gambler. He's probably gambling with his dividends, which is fine. But it takes all types. It takes all types. There was someone else here, there was someone else outside of Panchucks that I'm trying to figure out who it was that had done really well. Let's take a look at Bubbles. Bubbles is a pretty good example because he had a mega loss. He lost like, I don't know, 50,000 or 100,000 Tron, and he's actually gotten a lot of it back. And he did that he just misclicked. He did not mean to have 50,000. I think he was trying to do a 5,000 bet, and he accidentally put a second 0 there. Not that guy. That's Supreme Bape. I think it was Bubbles. Shout out to Bubbles for, look at this. So his net profit after divs. So he's climbing out of his hole, and he's closing in. So he's bet amounts. All right. You can just go through this. This is this guy's the resident whale. So he's had 35,000 Blaze. He sold more than half of them. Now this is interesting. So he sold roughly 15,000. Well, he's sold roughly 20,000 Blaze. So check this out. He's actually losing. I wonder, but he's losing. But let's see something. I'm curious about this. So at 25,000 Blaze times 25. So he's actually, he's on the site. He's way up. The guy has sold 25,000. So he's pulled out of this thing another, what, 880? About 300,000 Tron with the Blaze that he sold. That's why I say it's 5%, but it's 5% not counting dividends, and it's a 5% fee not counting. So, okay, I want you to understand how you can get Blaze for free. I want this very clear. You get Blaze for free because you're only paying a 5% fee, so you've got to shrink that 5% fee. You do that 3 ways. Sell at 1.05 or above. Sell Blaze tokens and withdraw dividends. All 3 of those things will help you shrink that 5% fee. So if you're mining Blaze at 50 Tron, that doesn't make any sense. You probably should be mining Blaze for cheaper than you can buy it on the exchange, and in some cases you're going to be making a profit if you're doing it right. That is absolutely possible in the long run. In the current, as much as we hit 1.05 each day on most days, I think I've had 2 or 3 days where I saw us only hit it once or twice, and those are days that I took a L on those days. But most days we hit 1.05 several times. All right, that's it. So get in on the Void airdrop if you want some free tokens. If you got some Frag, if you were able to get into that airdrop, put them in Frag box. You'll get some free tokens there as well. And yeah, the cryptocurrency space is fun. It's incredible. I appreciate all of you being here. thank you so much for watching. Maybe I'll do a specific video just for the lurkers, just on Blaze in general, how you can get Blaze cheaper. Because Blaze, listen, the devs could leave tomorrow, and then Blaze economy would probably eventually just suck. But as long as the devs stay in the game, and they you know, I told you there's new developments coming out this week. As long as they stay in the game, I mean, I'm optimistic where Blaze goes. I'm not currently planning to sell any more of my Blaze tokens, but if I do sell them, then be sure to sign up for my crypto passive income strategy newsletter, because that's the first place that I'll comment if I sell some Blaze tokens again. So thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.